Okay. I fucked up last week. I essentially shot at the wrong shutter speed.
Last couple of weeks through Christmas has kind of been insanely busy.
Came out right, which is okay. Like I said, this is still a bit of a learning experience.
So assessment season is over, which means I finally have free time, which honestly I haven't had since fucking December. Not even December, since September. Like, it's just been crazy busy the last couple of months because with work, my bachelor and my diploma course as well, I haven't had any time. I've just been going from assessments to working to all these different things. And so this is the first week in the longest time that I've just had to be able to do my own thing. And so I'm gonna make the most of it. This is what I've been looking forward to most of all, which is deleting all of my assignments. I use Microsoft OneNote. It's not the nicest, it's not the prettiest, it's not the most efficient. I just think it works a bit better than Notes, and you can just kind of come in here, look at your assessment, and if you want to add something, you can literally just start typing anywhere. Hey, I forgot to do this, please stop being an idiot. It's just nice that it's kind of more esoteric, I think. It's less like a Word document, like you can just kind of fire it all down like Post-its, but then it's kind of minimal too. It works for me for those kind of like non-creative things that you just want to keep track of. The nicest thing is pretty much now I can just go delete it. This one I was kind of surprised at. Like, it didn't look like it was going to be a nice photo, but I think definitely there's some detail. Something kind of nice about the color. Oh, there's mommy. Gonna be honest, it's kind of strange. It's also kind of nice. Let me know, is this kind of like the vlogging style? Is that like disorienting, or don't really have much to show yet in terms of like incredible things, but at the same time I want to be able to do this for when like life starts up again and like exciting things happen. Like in 2018 and 2019 I did my J1. I lived over in New York, and you wouldn't fucking know because there's no photo evidence. Had some amazing experiences, I lived a lot, but at the end of the day there's no photos, so people, you know, they don't value it so much, you know. It's like, it's kind of a strange thing. Where's the evidence, Neil? News to me. Could have done an Irish guy's travel vlog to Havana. Going to Havana by yourself, living in Havana Central with the Cuban family. No evidence. I could be making this shit up, but it happened, I swear. So that's what this is. I just want to get better. I'm thinking these colors kind of suit the best. Let me know if I look like a fucking, I don't know, Berlin girl. Is that a reference? I'm not actually. I'm never good with like intellectual references like that. I know that there is something that I can say, but I just can't quite grasp it, you know? So yeah, time to start the day. So I'm trying to read a little more books this year. I've been kind of neglecting that the past few years, and I've kind of had a crisis in that I'm like 22 and a university student, and there's all these like great books that I haven't read, so I'm trying to make a start on them. So I tried to pick three. One is lifestyle, one is kind of politics, world commentary, and then one is like a leisure reading. So the first, I'm actually rereading this because his new book is coming out in March, but 12 Rules for Life. I read this 2 years ago. Some people don't like it, but personally I thought it was a very beneficial read. Kind of a nice baseline to set yourself up. As you can see, I have my bed made, so I'm halfway there. So next up is The Populist Guide to 2020. I'm a bit late, it being January 2021. Crystal Ball and Sagar and Jedi, they do a show called Rising, which I think is very interesting. Has absolutely no bearing on Ireland whatsoever. It's one of the few places online that I can get like a neutral, unbiased commentary, and I think that's quite useful, even extending to back here. And then last but not least is Edgar Allan Poe. I never read this, and I feel like it's one of those things. Just learned that it's a short story and it's about 20 pages long, so I really probably should have done this by now. But I'm just gonna take a flick through this. I might not read them all, just to try to get a sense of what all the fuss is about. 100 years later, done. That's my 2 cents. of it in regard to music. Now that assessment season is kind of over, I'm gonna turn my attention back to that. I'm hopefully gonna get a few originals out in the next few months. We kind of have to see how it goes. I do sound engineering as well, so me and the lads were supposed to have some studio time in the next couple of months with a band working on their EP. But unfortunately, due to lockdown, that's kind of been pushed back a bit. Hopefully it can still go ahead, but in the meantime, I'm gonna be trying to work as best I can from my little home studio. I'm kind of limited in how much I can record here, but I'm just trying to make the best of it and then do some Zoom collaborations and stuff like that. So keep an eye on that. Hopefully I'll get some stuff on Spotify. Fingers crossed. Not even fingers crossed, you know what? I'm setting that goal. Okay, that's gonna happen because there's fuck all else to do, so might as well. I'm just done prepping the guide tracks for my first single. These are kind of what we would bring into the studio and use as a basis for the recording. Unfortunately, due to COVID, that's not quite happening yet, but I'm just gonna have it prepped and ready to go, so as soon as the opportunity comes, we can just jump at it. And in the meantime, I'm gonna be working on it with some friends over Zoom and stuff, so that we can kind of get it as good as we can. And I might just release it in that form. I'm kind of keeping it open. It's number one, you know. I feel like I've said this before, but for me personally, I don't think there's any point in just constantly waiting for things to get better. Like, if I have to just adapt and work with what I have here, that's what I'm gonna try to do. So that's it. I've had my coffee. I'm gonna try go outside.
I am my mother's only one. It's enough. I wear my garments so it shows. Now you know. Only love is all the moon. Glory feathers on the floor. Sky is warm and she's the moon. Oh, oh.
It's very chilly today, so I am gonna wrap up because it might look nice weather outside, but the minute you hop on that bike, I swear to God, you just want to get back in bed. A lot of people in Dublin who cycle refuse to wear these, and it's kind of like an aesthetic, like a look thing. I'm like, you're on a fucking bike, you know? You don't look cool. Just put the fucking helmet on, you know? But each to their own. Good to know.
I am my mother on the wall with a song. I'm moving water shore to shore. Nothing's more. Only love is all the room. Lapping lakes like Leary Loam, leaving rope burn reddish roof. she's a mole. Oh, oh.
Right, so I always think it's most important to finish off like this, you know, just get away from everything completely. I'm a bit out of breath. I came up the mountains a little bit. We're very lucky in Dublin that we have this kind of thing, especially where I am in Tala. Like, we have spots like this everywhere, just like 10-15 minutes drive anyway, and then usually about a half-hour walk. You never really give yourself the chance to get out of the city, you know, you kind of get caught up in things, so whenever you can, I think it's a good shout, you know. Come out like this, clear the head, clear everything, especially with COVID and all that, you know. Yeah, especially with COVID and everything, you know, you're like restricted to 5 kilometers, which I'm actually still inside of, which can be tough enough in the long run. So you kind of have to give yourself a break every so often, you know.
Hi. So this one also wasn't really expected, but honestly I think I needed it so much. The past couple of weeks through Christmas, this has been insanely busy. And you know, you lose yourself almost. Go from one thing to another, and there's a deadline next week, and then you have to go to work and all these things, and you just get carried away with it all. And then finally, when you give yourself like a bit of a break, and you remove yourself from all the noise and the fuss, and then you get to a space like this where everything is just quiet and serene, and you're just like, fuck. You know? And what for me was supposed to be coming here, taking a few pictures, you know, 15 minutes, half an hour. I sat down and I just stayed here for like 2 hours, you know. It's like, oh, this is what I needed, you know. So I should do this more often. It's only about 20 minutes away from my house. That might be a good idea. Yeah. I hope that's all I did today. I have no other video for you. I'm sorry. I'm still figuring it out. So, hello, I'm back. I'm talking to a camera like a cunt.